Let's talk about the EV West M3.
I'm Michael Breen with EV West, and 7 years ago we started our little electric car speed shop so we could help people make classic cars go faster. At the time we were looking around for venues and there wasn't a lot available to electric cars, and we came across Pikes Peak and they actually had a class. And we ended up building the car, purpose-built for Pikes Peak. We ran the race in 2012. up setting a record for the fastest street legal electric car to go up the hill.
Now, the car that Michael is talking about is the famous M3.
342 horsepower and 850.4 pound-feet of torque.
A few years later, I saw it. All right. I don't know why it started with that. I guess I clicked on the wrong button. But how is everyone doing tonight? There's 100 of you guys watching tonight. Wow, okay. Where's everybody from tonight? Usually we have an international audience. But since we went live last week, by the way, well, there's like another 1,000 subscribers to the channel. So if you're one of the new subscribers to this channel, welcome. You're welcome. We do this live thing without, I mean, I usually don't have a schedule, but now I think I'm going to do Monday nights, right? I'm going to try to stick a little bit with Monday nights for sure. And then if I have time some other nights of the week, then we'll do this. And these are just, you know, you guys guide me, you know, what you guys want to talk about. It's just Q&A. And we just go, sometimes we go like 2-3 hours just going back and forth, right? By the way, let's start with something fun. Who saw last night's launch? That was pretty good. Oh, that fake launch, by the way. Who saw the fake launch? Apparently we can't trust our eyes anymore because I thought I saw it, but it's fake. It wasn't real. According to people in the internet. What's IE represent? One Swift guy. Is that you're saying Inland Empire? Is that what you're saying? Oh, you're close. Let's see. Where are we now? Have you seen a steam car? Oh, steam cars are pretty cool, right? It's like these. Yeah, Jay Leno has a bunch of them. If you haven't seen them, go check out his channel. Apparently, that's not such a bad technology. Steam cars used to work. They work. You know, they just, I don't know. They're just kind of big. I think it's kind of weird. Like, it takes a while to get them going, I think. That's the problem. Because you got to heat that water. Then, yeah, those sort of stuff. Life in the Island Times is in the house. Everybody say welcome to Island Times. He's gonna be he's usually moderating the chat here. If you get out of hand, Island Times is gonna bring the hammer down and delete your message. I don't know. He does stuff. He has domain over these chat here. So, you know, give him a chat for that. It's Earth warming as the world is flat, not a globe. Yep, apparently, according to a lot of people, that's what it is. My dog was drugged by Kavanaugh and sexually assaulted. By the way, speaking of Kavanaugh, there is another Kavanaugh that kept popping up in my thing this weekend, because if anybody saw that fight in Vegas, that MMA fight where like the guy beats the other guy and it's like the biggest thing in his career, and he decides to go and try to go beat some other guy, and it was mayhem. It was crazy. And some Kavanaugh guy was involved. He was the trainer. I don't know. And I thought, what are the odds that two of those guys with the same name they're in the news right now. I don't know. Maybe it's a more popular name that I know. I just haven't paid attention. But Las Vegas, it's in the house. UK, New York, Eddie Pavon, New York. Canada, Thailand, New Zealand, Australia. What's QLD? Queensland? No, I don't know. What is that? San Antonio. Scotland is in the house. Anybody knows why Tesla stock is 260? What? It's 260? That's low, right? Yeah, that's super low. Damn, we should probably all go and buy some stock right now. Remember, you buy when it's low, you sell when it's high. we should probably all buy it right now, right? Because it was like almost up to 400 just a month ago or whatever. So 260, what's going on there? Yeah, we gotta go get some Tesla stock. Have you seen Palu? The city had been struck by earthquake and tsunami. Electric is gone. Oh, I don't know what Palu is. Is that Indonesian? Like the Indonesian islands get hit a lot by natural disasters. Everybody thought that was amazing. Everybody thought we were getting invaded by space aliens, says DJ787. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're not paying attention, just imagine you're not paying. Okay, so I just remember back to the first time that we saw a rocket launch from the East Coast. I mean, from the West Coast here, right? I was like, what in the world is that? Like, we're not used to seeing that, right? Like, rockets don't launch from California. They usually launch from, Florida. So we don't get to see that. But, and then they always launch like, at dawn. And so the skies are dark, except when you're way up there, there's the sun's still hitting the rock. So it's like, it's super bright. I don't know if that always happens like in Florida. I think maybe it does, right? Because it doesn't matter what time of day. Well, I guess if there's like a day launch, then you don't get to see it because it's just drowned by all the lights or whatever. But it was definitely a sight. And I remember knowing, well, that's a rocket. What else can it be, right? But it was a rocket by an unknown entity. Like, I didn't know who's the company, what are they doing, I don't know. And it was kind of intriguing. The same could happen today. Not everyone is up to date on all the technology. Like, just think about this. There's tons of people. I have zero interest in technology. They're like, Tesla, who? Who is Tesla? I don't know who Tesla. SpaceX, what? Like, what? Who is that? Who's Elon Musk? So they're watching the skies last night, and boom, they're like, oh my God, aliens. They're here. It's the end of the world. The reckoning. Do you think it's smart to make a 12S AP out of Samsung 25Rs 18650 or get two 6S 20,000 milliamp hour lipos? Whatever. I mean, just depends. I don't know. Like, yeah, who knows? I mean, what are you doing with 6S or 12S 8P, right? So that's AP 25. What is that? That's about the same, right? Yeah, so you're about the same milliamp hour. Yeah, I mean, probably the lipos, depending on which lipos there are, right? There's lipos and there's lipos. You could probably get more power output from that single battery, as the 25Rs are about as high output as there is on 18650. So yeah, if you need the power, and if you're going to be running the 18650s kind of like at limit, then they're not going to last you very long. But lipo, you get a 50C lipo, 100C lipo, and you make, 20 amp hours worth of it, and then you run it at whatever, 10C or 15C, they'll last you longer, right? Because you're stressing it less. Saludos from TJ, Tijuana. That's my hometown right there. The VW Combi, my bus is going to be being worked on tomorrow. I'm going to hopefully finish my brakes, and then I'll be able to go make videos running around in my car. I mean, I'm be able to run around in my bus. It's been too long. Miami is in the house. Can we copy your design of portable 1 kilowatt battery? Yes, copy it all you want. I give all my, here's the thing. I give all my knowledge for free. It's in 600 videos in my YouTube channel. Everything I learned, even some stuff that I don't know, it's out there. Yeah, if you want the knowledge, it's all free. It's there. You just gotta go and look at the videos. You gotta go read the posts on the forums, on the Facebook groups and all that stuff. Now, if you want my time, now that you're gonna have to pay for that, because right, I don't have a lot of that time, and you know, I mean, I come in here and we talk. I answer. I realize that it's just like basic questions. There's a ton of you guys asking, and I most of the time I answer like, you know, maybe like 30% of the questions that are out there, and I'm gonna gravitate towards the easy ones because I don't want to be put on the spot here. So yeah, if you want, you know, a more in detail, you know, thing where we can discuss stuff, you know, we have the thing, follow the links on the bottom, blah blah blah. But yeah, you know, copy my design. My designs are all open. I don't care. They're not mine. I just copy a bunch from everyone else. There's nothing. I'm not original. There's no. I don't even believe in such thing as being original. So it's just all recycle ideas. The best you can hope for in this life is to take someone's. That you're just aggregator. Like you're a good curator of good ideas, of good things, right? You take one from here, you make it your own. You take another one from here, and then that becomes you. Like you are your. You know, the grouping of all these good ideas. That's what makes you. But none of them are really, because, you know, everything, there's nothing new under the sun, right? So, I don't know. That's just, that's how I just think. Miami, Florida's in the house. Texas, Houston. How many money do I buy one battery? Depends. There's batteries expensive. There's batteries, there's other batteries that are more expensive. Right now, lithium batteries are around $150 a kilowatt hour, right? So depending on which batteries, because, you know, that's another thing that I get a lot of questions like, yeah, how many batteries do I need to run a car? And it's like, come on, man, that's like saying like, how much gas do I need to run a car? Like, I don't know, how far are you going? How big is the car? How big is the tank? You know, how much gas does your car use? You know, are you drive it like grandma? Or are you gonna drive it like, you know, like you're a race car driver? There's all kinds of things that will make a difference. So it's like, you kind of like asking broad questions, right? So yeah. Puerto Rico, Fernando Rivera is in the house. Córdoba, Argentina. Buenas noches, Richard Adams. And Guadalajara, Mexico. What? What's up with all these, you know, all the Latin, wait, what are they? Hispanic? No, what are those places? No, I don't know. Latin American places. Although, yeah, well, no, Guadalajara's not Latin American. I just moved to Hemet, says Jeff Crupple, California. That's not too far from me. How can I set up a 24-volt battery using 18650 cells? You download the file. You download the file on our Facebook group, and then you submit this to whatever. What's that? jlpcb.com. Then you order as many of these as you need, and then you order all the other little battery holders, and then you make a battery pack as big as or small as you want. These are more like for big battery packs. But you could make like small little packs like this, right? This is like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 PCB boards. They're 14 cells each. How many cells is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? So 8 P7S. Yeah, this, you know, this is a small little battery. It could power, I don't know. Each one of these boards can do about 200 watts. So 2, 4, 6, 8. This one is almost able to do 1,000 watts right here. So not so little, but yeah, you can do that with like about 5 PCB boards. That's how you do it. We're working on 24-volt batteries. And by the way, one of the biggest criticism that I'm receiving for my PCB boards is that they don't scale up well. I keep reading that from people. They're great for doing small batteries, but they don't scale up. That's dumb. You know, in fact, economies of scale dictate that that's going to be a great board. When we can get the board for less than $1, which by the way, it's already, you know, when you buy 100, it's only like 80 cents per board, right? You just pay a bunch of like shipping, but you know, if you can ship 10,000 boards into the United States, for example, then you're paying like pennies each board to ship them in, and you're also not paying 80 cents per board. Now at that point, you're paying like 20 cents or 30 cents a board or some ridiculous like that, right? So then all of a sudden it becomes a thing where it scales up really well, you know, economies of scale. You order all those holders are $1 when you buy 100 of them, but you order, you know, 10,000 of them. Oh, you're talking pennies now. You're talking 10 cents or something, right? So all of a sudden, these PCBs are like $1 or something, or $1.50 or $2 each one, right? And then per kilowatt hour is like, that's like $20 worth of boards, you know, worth of hardware to do a battery pack. All of a sudden, it scales up very well. So those people that say it doesn't scale up well, they don't know what they're talking about. They can't see the economies of scale. Now, I don't want to do that, right? Because I want to spend my time making videos, thinking of new ideas and stuff. But someone else is going to do that. Someone else is going to grab that, bring them, do the thing, you know, offer them to you guys. And then you guys will get the savings, and you won't have to pay. Right now, they're around about $4 to $5 right now at low quantities, right? Depending where you're at. If you're here in California, it's about $4.50, something like that, from the parts that I got. The new connectors are a little bit more. But I think once we really start building these stuff, I think, yeah, I want to bring that down to somewhere around $2 or $3. I want to bring it down to where like $5. The price that it is right now, it's the board's ready to go. Like, they're all soldered. You know, it's like all you have to do is slap batteries, boom, and then put it together, screw it together, put the connector, boom, you're ready to roll. We're gonna get there. We're definitely gonna get there. Indonesia's in the house. Oh, look at that. Randy A is from Rancho Cucamonga. I have a neighbor here. What kind of current can those 18650 cell holders pass? About 4 amps each contact, so 7S will do about 100 watts continuous. Let's see. Oh my god, you guys are posting a lot of questions. Aloha from the Big Island, Hawaii. Love watching your channel. Keep up the awesome work. This is sorry, boy. I just scared my dogs. Hi, Jay. I emailed you a link of YouTube Russian dude that makes DIY portable solar panel with cell phone batteries. I didn't. Well, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't see it. I clicked on it and then I started watching and I'm like, okay. For some reason, I wasn't super interested in that. Yeah, I think it's cool. I just think, I don't know. So here's the deal. Like, let me explain something. Sometimes I don't, like, why is it sometimes I'm not interested in some ideas, right? Like I think messing around with batteries, it's a means to an end, right? Like, we all want batteries so that we can do something with them, right? What do we want to do? I wanted to build a car originally. So calling me, I don't know who. Oh, yes. Oh, by the way, don't call me. I never answer my phone. Like, unless I know who you are, like, I'm not gonna. I get too many questions, too many phone calls. So, yeah, I don't call me if you find my. The problem is my number's out there, right? It's just out there.
Okay, sir.
Wait. Okay, sorry about that. I accidentally answered that call. And he said, okay, sir. So, the problem is that my number is out there because I'm a regular guy, and so people can find it. Like this guy, right? Who was he? I don't know who he is. What does he want? I don't know. He wants something, but I'm busy, obviously, right? I'm here with you guys. So I usually don't answer. And when most of them are like unknown numbers, so I'm not gonna answer, you know. Sorry, I didn't mean to hang up on you like that on live television or on live streaming, but I just did it. That was a mistake. Sorry. Let's see. I even forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, about the things. Cool blooper. Whoops. I answered that. But he heard me. I said, don't call me. And he's like, okay, sir. So, I was talking about I do need a new number. I think I'm going to get one. The time is coming where I will change everything, and then no one is gonna know where I am, where I live. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna have a P.O. box, and then I'll have that address as a P.O. box where you guys can send me stuff, because then I don't want people showing up. All that stuff that's coming. It's just, I'm not there yet. You guys are still respectful, and I mean, I feel, yeah, if you guys have shown up here, and, you know, stuff like that, right? But for the most part, it's okay. It's still not out of hand. I can still walk around. No one bugs me, you know. It's fine. When that day, you know, comes, maybe, yeah, you guys won't know where but I still come live, you know, and then you guys just not gonna know. Okay. But back to what we were talking about. We're talking about, why sometimes I don't feel... So, I realize that we're all different. I realize there's different levels of DIY. And for a lot of us, like, batteries, it's a means to an end. I wanted to drive a car. Some of you guys want to actually power a house. Power your thing, have a backup system. There's all kinds of reasons why you want to, right? But there are those that want to mess around with batteries just for the love of learning and tinkering, right? We're all tinkerers at different levels, but some of you are like way, way more tinkers than me and like maybe some other ones. So, so sometimes I'm like take for example Javier and this little PCB, you know, he's coming at me like, oh, I'm gonna kill your PCB. You think that's, you know, that's not, your PCB is not cool because it's too expensive. No one's gonna buy it. No one wants to do that, right? I'm gonna do something that's easy, solderless, right? And then he puts this like little video where like, oh, you have to like buy a bunch of chemicals and like do your own PCB, you know. I'm like, how is that easy? Like, how is that easier to like learn to make PCBs so that you can make a battery? Like, I don't want to learn to make batteries out of dirt so I just use a battery. You know what I mean? Like, I realize that there's some of you guys that do want to, but I think there's a huge amount of people that just want to buy a battery. The reason why they're here, they want a battery. You know, it's like, I have an RB, I just want to put a battery, which is the easiest one. And I get to talk to a lot of those people, you know, it's like a 1x1 or even here, whatever, right? What are you guys doing with batteries? Do you guys want a battery? Or do you guys want to spend the next, you know, few years learning how to make a battery? Or do you guys actually just want to make a battery and use it? Even have 4 different phone numbers. Yeah, I'm going to have to change it one day, but you know. Richard Cherry says, love your post. What gauge is required for PowerWall, as NEC 2017 section 690 does not show what wire is required? I don't know. I don't even know what NEC 2017 section 690 is. You're clearly the expert here when it comes to that. I don't know, right? So it really depends on what equipment you're doing. I mean, a PowerWall is anything. Could mean a little PowerWall with a little inverter. It could mean just one battery. In fact, I want to do a video about that because people ask me, okay, so people ask me, how much battery do I need, right? And I'm like, again, that's like saying, how fast, you know, does a car go? And it's like, well, it depends. What kind of car? Some go slow, some go fast. You know, some can go really fast. It just depends on the car. So it just depends on like your power usage. So I want to like break it down for people, like how much battery they need. It's the same thing here. It's like, what size of wire? It just depends. How big is the battery? It's a 2 kilowatt battery with like a 2 kilowatt output, 2 kilowatt hour with 2 kilowatt output, or is a 20 kilowatt hour with a 20 kilowatt output, right? So that's gonna dictate what cabling you're gonna use. I think you just gotta follow the rules, you know, the rules of electricity. And of course, we're dealing with DC power, which is slightly different than AC power, but it's most of that stuff carries over. It's the same. Then there's also, like, when you're talking about a Tesla PowerWall, that's an AC coupled device. So that means you don't have access to the DC. The DC lives inside the box. Everything that connects out, in and out, energy in and out of the box is AC already, right? So it's basically a battery box with a charger and an inverter. And so then, yeah, then you're talking different now. You're talking about 220 volts, you know, and then the amperage is going to be based on that. So now if you want to move, you know, like 2 kilowatt output at 220 volts is not the same as, you know, 2000 watts or a 2 kilowatt output at like 48 volts, right? Those are different. Like you're gonna need, at the lower voltages, you're gonna need a beefier cable than at the higher voltage. So it's just everything. You gotta take the context. Context is important, and the application and stuff like that. Does live chat have a transcript? No, live chat doesn't have a transcript. You know, I think they do, like, I think there are robots. YouTube does have, like, robots that will listen to the audio and it will, like, put subtitles, I think. But of course, obviously, they're you know, they're not always dead on. They're kind of messy. And then there's also a thing for people that can go in and transcribe some of the like videos and stuff, even into like translate them into other languages. But I'm terrible at, like, you know, managing the community, like my viewers and stuff. So that's why they're like, even though there's a lot of you guys that would like, yeah, I would do it, right? But I just haven't. I'm not organized enough to manage that. Okay. You got his number. I can try. What? No, don't be sharing my number, guys. I don't need everyone calling me. I mean, already everybody is calling me already. I don't need everyone plus everyone else calling me. Let's see. Okay, Brandon Thompson says, I finally caught a live show. Great. Still, I had to stay up. It's 4:22 a.m. here in North Devon, UK. Wow, yeah, we're definitely up. So I'm gonna have to do that. Like, I'm gonna have to do one, like, because this is super comfortable for me, right? It's sort of the end of the day, and I'm like, should I sit and watch TV, or should I go in the garage, or should I just start messing around with batteries, or should I just jump on the thing, you know? So, but for you guys, some of you guys are getting ready to go to work, some of you guys are coming out of work, some of you guys are like, it's in the middle of the night. So yeah, if I do like something, you know, some other times, I guess maybe I'll do a poll, like what are the times, like maybe like the 2 main times that would work for most people, and then maybe I'll do live streams during those times. 176, what's going on here? Let's see. Oh, 180 now. The videos are just a mine of info. You just need to find them and the time to watch them. I really haven't learned a lot from you. Yeah, there's definitely like a lot of information there, and of course I get a lot of criticism because of that. I mean, not a lot, but I get some criticism, and people basically saying like, you need to be better. Like, you have all the info, you just need to do it better. You have to format it in a better way. You have to make better videos that are explain things better from A to Z kind of thing, you know, from beginning to end, like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's easier said than done. I'm doing what I can. I'm just like, you know, I'm doing all that I can as fast as I can. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying. I'm sorry I'm not I'm not up to your level, but, you know, I do what I can. That's all that I can say, right? Because, I mean, how many smoke detectors do you have in your house? I don't know. We just put a bunch of them, but that one's not even... I'm supposed to put a battery on that one, and I got sidetracked. I think that was like months ago. Yeah, I should really put a battery on that one so that it could work. Eddie Pavlon, can you answer me? Yes, I just answered you. What's your question? I don't see your question here. Well, no, that was a question. How and where can normal folk buy entire Tesla battery packs off of salvage yards? Called a few to no avail. There are websites. I just saw a video by Rich Builds, where he explains where he goes and looks for his Tesla cars. Except that you might have to get like the entire car. I think it's not easy to buy the packs, just the packs themselves, because well, there's a lot of competition. Everybody's like look at him, right? Like he's exploding right now. That guy used to have like 30,000 subscribers, you know, when I was like already like 100,000. Now he's like 300,000. He totally has passed me. He's exploding. So everybody's watching that, and everybody's like, oh, he built a car for $6,000? Oh, I want to do that. So now they're like, everybody with like $20,000 is going in and like trying to buy, you know, Teslas and put them together. So they're kind of hard to get. I put it stuff. Okay, that's Crystal. She's letting me know she's gonna be later than I was expecting her. Yeah, so I mean, just go to kit.com/Jehu. I have links there to like the one of the most like steady supplies of Tesla modules. They run about $1,300 per module. That might be a little bit expensive, but not really, not for what you're getting. That's about $200. What is it, like it's like more than $200 per kilowatt hour, right? It might be like 300 actually. Yeah, it's about $300 per kilowatt hour. I think that's how they work out to be. But I mean, yeah, that's the only way you're gonna get them. Everybody's like trying to get them, you know. EV West, for example, they used to buy batteries by themselves, but it was really hard, so they went ahead and just bought the whole cars. So now they're just buying cars, and they have a bunch of them there, and then they take them apart, and then they sell all the other parts, you know, and then they keep the batteries, and then they put those, they either sell them to customers, or then they, in cars, in projects, or themselves, or whatever. So yeah, it's just going up. Of course, there are more and more cars every day, more Teslas, so it's becoming easier, but then it's harder. All right, Eddie, I can see your question here. I'm building a small PowerWall 12 volt with 48 18650 cells, and the battery's been balanced charging for 3.5 days now, going on 4. Is that normal? Well, what speed are you charging them? Well, they're 48 cells. How? So you divide that by 3. How many in parallel do you have? Are the batteries hot? Yeah, like there's a ton of like info you left out here. Yeah, if you're like super slow charging them, it could be normal if you're like trickle charging them really slow. It's gonna take a long time. It's 48. So let's say 48 cells. Let's say that you got like the average size cells, right? Like the most common, I don't know, depends. Yeah, I think the most common cells are like 2600 milliamp hours, which is like 10 watt hours, right? So you'd have to do times 48. Well, you're talking about 480 watt hours. That's not even like half a kilowatt. But I mean, yeah, if you're charging something really slow, like, I don't know, how are you charging them? Johnny Tucson says, guys like you inspire the hell out of me with your creativity and thinking outside the box. Thank you, dude. Yeah, we also scare a lot of people. You know, because they're like, oh my god, this guy is doing things the way they're not supposed to be doing. But highly appreciate it. Glad that I can be of service to some of you guys. Shout out for me, Guadalupe Maldonado. Woo, there you go. My question is, oh, wait a minute. I already answered that. Or I didn't, but I need more from you. Get just about both Oh my god, come on. Why does that jump like that? Oh, get just about both DIY books that are on your shelf. Just started the DIY battery book. Thanks for recommending them. There you go. Oh yeah, you can see those, right? Oh yeah. So I used to have those behind the camera here, and I'm like, what are they doing there? I need to put them over there. Let's push them over there. Right? You guys are always like scrutinizing everything that you see here. By the way, let me look at the thing here. Oh yeah, you can see the batteries there. See my guitars, the dog. Oh, I see some batteries over there that I don't want to talk about yet. Wait, okay. Let's do this. How many batteries do you see? How many batteries can you see in that landscape of my room there? Yeah, that's a nice challenge right there. Let's see. People are observant. Maybe. Let's see. You'll get that. Oh, wow! Look at that. You can even see the. Ooh, yeah, those Neo batteries. Okay. Instinct 022. I live in Houston. Bought some 2600 batteries. I have a few extra that I want to sell. Oh yeah, post them in our group. There's definitely people there are looking for sales, so buy them up. Richard Adams says no ice cream today for Jehu. Sorry. You never know. Well, no, I had ice cream yesterday, and ice cream's not good. It's not good for you, right? Too much sugar, too much just. Got to go, Richard Cherry. Ooh, he's preparing for storm. All right. Hope everything goes well. Oh, Instinct doesn't want to ship them. Wait, so where are you? You're in Houston. There you go. If anybody needs batteries in Houston, contact Instinct. He doesn't want to ship them, but he's got some batteries. 2600 milliamp hour cells. There we go. Does the DIY lithium battery packs book cover resistance and high drain? Yeah, they covers like everything for like e-bikes and stuff. So yeah, it does talk about all that stuff. Let's see, for all kind of cables you use the National Electric Code, normally table 316. They changed the table number, but it's in the same section. Yeah, that's for legit people. We're hacks over here. We don't do that. We don't need no stinking codes. No, observe your local codes, please. Just don't ask me to do it. Bought a module and it cost me $14.39 with shipping to Puerto Rico. Ivan, aka Magallanes, are you talking about the Tesla module? You bought a 5.3 kilowatt hour Tesla module for $14.39 delivered to Puerto Rico. Honestly, I bought the wrong batteries for a skateboard. There you go. You live in Houston. Okay, so let's see. Does any more welding with the headway cells? No, I haven't. I should. Yeah, I should have like. I don't want to like make more right now because those batteries are sold now, right? Like, so the idea was to like. Those batteries come up, and then people buy them, and then they disappear. And I thought, well, I have a bunch of them here. I'll just, if I'm ever gonna make a video with those, it better be when they're for sale. You know what I mean? Because then people are gonna be like, oh, well, that's great, but I can't buy them. So that's why I released that video then. I just kind of rushed it. I was like, none of my equipment actually can measure the levels of heat and the levels of power that I'm gonna. But that was basically the safest way that you can basically put a bunch of power out. Like the cells didn't even care. Like they didn't even heat up. They're just like, whatever. Right? Did you guys saw that, right? They didn't even like sag. They were like at 3.1 or something, and then they kept going up. I mean, they did warm up, and then they kept going up or whatever, which is crazy. Let's see. I see a hoarder. 2001 battery. Come on. Well, okay. Let's see. No, man. Come on. Wait, can you guys see everything? Oh, you guys can't see everything. Okay, look. Okay, let me see. Let me adjust here. Okay, ooh, now I just added a bunch of batteries. Can you guys see that? No. Okay, here we go. There's some batteries there. There's some batteries over there. There's some batteries right there. And then there's some batteries in the shelves over there. If you pay attention, you can see them. Okay. Would the headways make a good PowerWall, or are 1860s still more power dense? Yeah, energy dense. Not power dense, they're energy dense. Headways are about, you know, pretty powerful. They're not the most powerful. What is it, 25 Cs? 25 Cs, that's pretty good. Well, I mean, 25 C continuous, I think. Right, because remember, when we shorted them out, there was like 380 amps through that tiny little cable. I'm sure if you put a bigger cable, but you'll damage them. I think, you know, if you use a big cable, if you short them out like with a thing, you know, like but I think 200 amps continuous, they'll do that, right? So that's why they're rated at that. So yeah, there's nothing 18650 that comes close to 25 Cs. The 25Rs are probably the best ones, right? And what are they? They're like 25? I think 25Rs are 25 amps, and they're so that's 10 Cs. Yeah, that's about the best that 18650s will get, about 10 C. All right, hold on. I gotta go get something to drink because my throat is like hurting. Give me a quick second. In the meanwhile, let's talk about the EV West M3.
I'm Michael Breen with EV West, and 7 years ago we started our little electric car speed shop so we could help people make classic cars go faster. At the time, we were looking around for venues, and there wasn't a lot available to electric cars, and we came across Pikes Peak, and they actually had a class. And we ended up building the car, purpose-built for Pikes Peak. We ran the race in 2012. We ended up setting a record for the fastest street-legal electric car to go up the hill.
Now, the car that Michael is talking about is the famous M3.
342 horsepower and 850.4 pound-feet of torque.
A few years later, I saw it. All right, so I just arrived in Manhattan. All right, I'm back. I got some drinks. I also cracked my neck because it was bugging me. All right, what are we talking about? What's happening? Please explain what shunts are for. Oh, shunt is just resistance, right? Is it low value resistance? Yeah. And you measure the resistance across, and then, you know, you calculate how much current is going through it, through that resistance, right? So yeah, that's just it's just a way to measure electric power going from one side to the other side on any. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to use a Hall effect sensor, which is, it measures the actual magnetic field that's moving through the cable. So that one is like, it's kind of isolated. You don't need to, you know, it doesn't have to be connected, because the shunt is connected. So you gotta actually connect it to the circuit. So, you know, then you gotta isolate it some other way or whatever, because it's a high voltage circuit, like we do sort of sometimes in our cars, you know, 100 plus volts, all the way to 400 volts. Then yeah, you gotta kind of be careful and kind of isolate it and stuff like that. Let's see, we're towards the end over here. All right. Okay, I'll post it on Facebook, people. Houston only. There you go. Post them. Post those. You probably have already covered this, but where did you acquire your amazing electrical prowess? Yeah, I learned through reading in the internet. Like, I did a lot of forums back early in the days, right, when I wanted to do this. So I just went and read everything, what everybody was doing, because I wanted to convert a car, and so I needed to get, you know, busy. And, you know, you learn the basics, you just watch like what people are doing, and then you like read a bunch of like discussions. You know, the geekier the better they are. And then you move out from there. You're like, okay, now batteries, you know, and then you kind of, I think out of the whole process of making an electric car, one of the most like that had like challenges were like the batteries. Nobody knew a lot about batteries. Nobody like could get batteries, so you couldn't really play with them. They were really expensive, so if you wanted to use one, then you'd have to commit like this big, you know, $10,000, you know, worth of batteries. So there was like an aura of like mysticism to batteries. They're like mystery, right? And so, yeah, that's why I spend more time thinking about those, and I, you know, start experimenting. And the fact that I didn't have money, right? I bought my first 11 kilowatt hour pack of batteries. Yeah, it was like $12,000 or something for that battery. And then my second one, I bought it at a discount, and it was still something like $8,000, right? And that was still like only 22 kilowatt hours. That still only took my bus around 60 miles of range or something. So I'm like, I can't do this. I don't have that kind of money to be, right? I need like $50,000 worth of batteries just to like have decent range. So that's why I started looking into like dead laptop batteries, you know, and cracking them open and stuff. So I started looking on eBay, and I'm like, hey, you can buy these for like $3 each. They have like, you know, 6 to 8 cells each. Sometimes you can get lucky and you have 12 cells. You know, sometimes you can buy them new. They were never used. They're just old, obsolete. And so I'm like, I think this is viable. I think you could like do this, right? And then I started publishing my videos, and it became really hard. And then I just got my hands on Tesla batteries, and then I was like, okay, whatever. I don't have to do that. But a lot of you guys did, and you guys are doing all that. But just basically reading, watching what everybody else doing, watching a lot of videos. That's one way. What? This guy. Come on. I have some Samsung ICP. No barking. Come on. No barking. I'm doing my live thing. Small rectangular red batteries. Oh, I think I know which one those are. 1900 milliamp hours times 50. I'll be ashamed to waste them. Anyone got any ideas? I usually make e-bike packs with 18650s. Well, those little cells, well, you should check them. I mean, usually anything that like comes in LiPo, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, like I know like the cell phone LiPo battery packs are pretty good. Like they can probably do like 10 amp continuous. They never do. Although the phones sometimes they're like really. Come on, boy, come on. I'm working. They can load them up. What is this? Do you have some kind of animal here or what? Oh no. Okay, all right. Don't bug me. What are those DIY books on the shelf? Look in the description of this video and every other video. I'll have links to them in there. Costa Rica's in the house, and the UK also. Can I have spanners back, Jehu? Sure. Here you go. You can have this one. The other side fell off. Yeah. It doesn't look very good. Definitely, yeah, it's like, I don't know, maybe that'll buff out. You can buff it out and still use it. Sending you love, the Costa Rica. There you go. Satisfy user, great tip I found on Amazon. Oh man. Oh, sorry. I lost your comment here. It just updated. Why do I laugh when you say shorting out headways? How many headways to melt down a snap-on tool chest wagon? I don't know. We should try it. That's what I wanted to see. How many will it take? I actually, the night before, I tried it with 8 cells, and it did melt it. But then again, the batteries weren't fully charged. I think they were like almost completely discharged. I didn't check them. I was just like, oh, they're around the same voltage. Let's put this pack together. Short it out. And then the next day, I'm like, okay, maybe I should charge them all the way up. And then that did the trick. But then I added 4 more, so then it was 12. Or 4 or 8. Well, how many? Yeah, all kinds of them. Did you group cells by capacity? I get this, but anyone know what resistance has anything to do with grouping? And if so, what's a good cell resistance wise? Well, it really depends. Depends how hard you're gonna run your cells. If you're building like a large multi-pack cell or multi-cell pack, that's what I meant to say. And if you're gonna stay within low values per cell, right, then the resistance doesn't matter. I mean, all you care is that they don't have internal shorts, which a lot of cells do, because then that, even though you're not loading them up, then there might be burning energy on their own, and so then that means they're gonna unbalance the rest of your battery. But let's say that you have a battery pack and you have a bunch of cells in series, and you're gonna run them hard. Well, the higher resistance ones are not going to be able to deliver the power at the same rate as the other ones. So then that's where things are going to start drifting apart. And, it's going to heat up more than the other ones, which means it's going to burn more energy than all the other ones. Right? It's going to be like the weak link in the circuit also. And so that you're going to be limited to whatever performance that weakest cell or cell group can give you, then that's what you're going to be limited to. So that's why you want to have match cells, and it becomes really important if you're close to the limit of the performance of those cells, right? If you're way under, we're building battery packs, right? If we're doing a 20 kilowatt hour pack and we're only asking 2 kilowatts, 4 kilowatts to run our AC or whatever, who cares? The cells don't even see nothing. They're they don't even, right? It's at that rate is gonna take 20 hours or some long time to discharge the batteries. So in those scenarios, they don't matter as much. So it depends what you're doing with the batteries. If you're making a small little battery pack, yes, you should check the resistance. If you're building a huge battery pack, no. It's less so important. What is this from the mics? I don't understand. I don't understand that question. Wait, Brandon. Oh yeah. Let's see. This reminds me of Saturday morning TV shows as a kid. You ring up and get your name mentioned. It was quite exciting. What? I don't remember that. What? So you would ring something up and you get your name? I don't remember that. I guess I didn't have a TV when I was growing up. Jay said my name on TV. Hi guys, I got something cool to look at. Shanghai Customs? Shanghai Customs eCub can buy conversions or order pre-done. What? No need to say, I'm getting to be weird. I would like to see EV West classic car works once more. You would like to see EV West? Yeah, we'll have them in a future episode of my TV shows. I mean, of my vlogs or my videos, whatever. Yeah, it's coming out. One of these days we're gonna do something over there. Let's see. I've loved watching every step of the story you're telling. Which one? Oh, there we go. Do you know of any DIYers that use the Tesla battery modules? Cooling tube tied to a cooling pump. I read that the Tesla internal computer doesn't allow the pack to go above 113 degrees Fahrenheit to avoid damage. Yeah. No, I don't know, because none of us are using. So just think about this. There's 74 cells in every group of those, right? Times 6, right, per module. So Tesla is loading up that battery with up to like 1,400 amps at launch, right? Like at ludicrous, or maybe not ludicrous, even like the other ones, right? So just divide that. I think that's like 20 amps per cell. Let's see. Let's do the math. I ain't doing the math. I don't know. 74 cells. Yeah, so 1,500 amps divided by 74. Yeah, you're talking about 20 amps per cell. So that's quite a bit for a battery that is not made to do power. Like Tesla's battery packs are not made with with 25 Rs or 30 Qs. They're not. They're made with like, well, maybe now they are, but before they weren't. Like, remember when they in 2012, when they started making those battery packs, the only thing that was available was the NCR 18650B from Panasonic. So that cell is not a 20 amp cell. So they were asking 20 amps from it. I mean, it'll give it to you, but it'll heat up, right? And then when it heats up, then basically, then it gets damaged, and then you like kill it. It won't last as long. So that's why they had to use the cooling system, because then you're asking more than the cell can give you. So now you have to actively cool it. Now, none of us are doing that. Like, none of us are building stuff that is asking. That's like, 300 kilowatts off of a 85 kilowatt. What is that? How much is that? Right? So let's say they're asking about, like, if you look at like the specs on like 2012 Tesla's Model S's, I think it's like over 300 kilowatts, right? Let's say it's 300 divided by 85. Yeah, so it's 3.5 Cs. That's what they're asking from those batteries. That's actually kind of low. I think it's more like 5 Cs. I think I've done this calculation before, like with actually like closer numbers. It's about 5 Cs. Those cells are not 5C rated, so in order to be able to use them without damaging too much, is you cool them. But since none of us are doing that, let's see. R and the headweights about equivalent to the S. Yes, they are, except they're just slightly different voltage, right? But yeah, they're about the same. Specs are similar. I've seen a few more cycle converters around 125 cc using BLDC motors. Looks like a good move up from an e-bike conversion. Yeah, you definitely need one more power. That's one way to do it. Although, well, I mean, I don't know. Well, oh yeah, so you're saying brushless. Yeah, brushless DC motors. I thought you meant like DC motors, and I was like, What is your recommendation for charging 48-volt battery pack without using solar charger? Well, just get a 48-volt charger. They make them in every size. I think they make them for like scooters, and they make them like you know what I mean, like boxes like this size. Well, bigger than this, I think. And then you just connect it to the wall, and it's just a 48-volt charger. Then you get bigger. You can do like a 700 watt Elcon. I think 1200 watt Elcon. Then you can get a 2500 watt or a 5000 watt. Yeah, they go all the way to like 5000. What else? Yeah, I mean those are the ways to charge battery. You either get a battery charger, or you get like a big battery charger. And there's all kinds of them. There's some other ones that you can get for your EVs, but Elcons are like the easier ones and the cheaper ones. They were kind of limited. At first I didn't like them because they were limited, and I went like a DIY version. But the DIY version was struggling, and there was no support, and I went through like 2 of them, and it was just a project that didn't have support. and it wasn't, you know, completed. Like it wasn't completely worked out. So it was, you know, I broke 2 of them. I killed 2 of them, and then after that I was like, all right, whatever. They were like really expensive. I think something like $2,500 or something. So I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna buy an Elcon, and the same Elcon that I bought ever since then is just working. It just works. You plug it in, it works. You don't have to think about it. It just works. Your buffer is better than mine. What does that mean? I live in Ontario, California. Can I come through and talk geek one day? No. Sorry, I'm just super busy, and I have a ton of people that want to come and talk to me and stuff, and I'm like, no. I wouldn't get anything done if I had let people come and talk to me. The book. What about the book? Forest Memes 3 can be found on the net as download. Okay, shows how great the show is. Us here in the UK, Apollo included, are up 5 a.m. What? Just to be part of the show. What more can we say? What? That's crazy. You're up at 5. You guys are hardcore. Thank you for that. What was the condition of the headway pack you shorted with the wrench? Yeah, I think, I don't know. There's one cell that was dead, but it was dead before. It kind of like kept giving me like problems. Like it was like it kept like losing voltage, and then I would connect it, and then it would go up, and then I was like, what? Oh. So I was gonna take it out of the pack, but then I thought, oh, visually it looks better when an extra cell there, so I'll just leave it on there. And then at the end of the test, when I went and used the thermal camera to check the temperatures, all the cells were kind of warm, you know, except that one. It was like cold. And you can see it and thinking like, oh, that's the dead one. So I think I have one dead one, but I think I killed it before. Not this time. I killed it the other time before when I shorted it out just with the copper cable, right? When I was asking about 380 amps off of each one. And I remember, and I actually didn't do it for that long. I think I did it for like 20 seconds. How long was the other test? And it did kill it. So yeah, don't short out your cells like that. I mean, short it out. You can use a wrench because that's, you know, it's got high resistance, so, you know, it'll just heat up. So it's still kind of unknown how many amps I loaded up this battery. People are saying it's like 300, 150 amps, but I definitely is more than 400 because my clamp could measure 400 and it overloaded. Because more than that, I estimated 1200 just, you know, for no reason at all, just because I think that's what it is. But you know what? The guy that designed this thing kind of agreed with me, and he actually has some like math to work it up. And he knows how to do math. He designed that thing from the ground up. So I don't know. I think now I have reason to believe that maybe I was right, or at least close. Turnigy Rotomax motors have a brushless motor for replacement of a 150cc engine. Turnigy, oh wow. Yeah, Turnigy, they do like RC stuff, right? Let's see. Some YouTubers do meetups. So anyone wanna meet Jehu and get signed headshot for $45? Tickets are gonna be $75, including the fee. Jehu will sort out the commission later. There you go. So yeah, I mean, one day we'll have. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like I thought I was gonna do a meetup when I was gonna show my video over there, and not a lot of people showed up, and I was like, screw you guys. I mean, it was kind of last minute. I think I give heads up 1 week. I mean I gave you guys 1 week, but then I also said I was gonna be up here in Rancho, right, in Southern California, LA area, and then within the next 3 days later, something I changed it down to San Diego, and it was Sunday. Was it a Sunday? It wasn't like the best, right? Like it was challenging. I realized that, but not a lot of you guys showed up, so I was like, "Ah, screw you." I was all butthurt. Okay, let's see. Any brand and model number suggestions on the Hall effect sensors? No, I don't know the model numbers. Hi, Jehu. As a chemist, I'm working on a new battery type, and I'm using the whole boards that you using. I'll share on Facebook group someday. Just want to say that good job, man. Hello from Turkey. What? You're developing a new battery and you're using our PCB boards? That's pretty cool. Fabio Santos from Brazil, city of Sao Paulo. I follow you too. How can I contact you? Email, WhatsApp, or something? Yeah, send me an email. Look, I answer some emails sometimes. I just get a lot of them, right? Jehu@Jack35, you can send me an email there. If you want a more secure way to get a hold of me, click on the fan time link on the bottom of this video and every other video. I have used this service where you pay me money, you pay for my time, and then I show up, and then we have like a, close to 25 minutes of like one-on-one. Whatever you want to ask me, whatever you want to discuss, we do it. So yeah, there's some people that just really want to get a hold of me. They don't want to live through a bunch of videos. They're like, I'll just pay you. For a long time, I just got tired of turning people down, even though they're like, I'll give you money. And I'm like, that's funny, I need money. Where is your black dog? So there's one over there, and there's one over here. Oh yeah, by the way, update on Bruce. I am going to, Bruce's, both of these guys are kind of injured. I think there's like genetic defect. They have both of their ACLs. I don't think they're called ACLs on dogs, but it's the equivalent of like a human ACL tendon, or I think it's a tendon, right, on their legs. They're both like halfway torn. So as a result of that, they get injured all the time. Like they'll go jump something and they're like limping for like a week. And so now I can see that they're kind of in pain. They're young. They're like 5 years old or whatever. I think 6 years old. So they can't, like, I can't really take them out like walking too much or running too much, because then they come back and they're like, so finally, I mean, it's expensive, but I'm going to drop a bunch of money on this guy. I'm taking Bruce to get operated. Yeah, I'd see how that goes. The cool thing about dogs, I think, is they heal up pretty quickly. I'm just tired of looking at them and they're in pain, right? I was like, these are young dogs. They still want to play around. That's why they keep getting hurt. Like last week, he got really hurt because he was trying to like jump and stuff, and he's all happy 1 minute and then he's limping the next, squealing because it really hurt him. So yeah, that's happening Wednesday, 2 days from now. So I'm actually kind of anxious about that. I don't know how this guy's gonna do. You need to watch some of the motorcycle DIY conversions from India. They give you a heart attack the way they're watched together. They are impressive for the budget, though. There you go. Tell me about lithium titanate battery. I don't know anything about lithium titanate or lithium titanate. Building a new house. Anything you recommend? I have put, well, I can for putting solar and batteries easier. No, there's really, run some conduit, I guess, through the walls where you think batteries might go or what, I don't know, but other than that, it's like everything else can just be run after, like there's no let's see. Good chargers are the golf cart 36 volts 48 volt chargers, also old big boat batteries, silicon crystal chargers too. Yeah, except those are all for like lead acid batteries, right? So yeah, they're cool, except they won't really charge their batteries correctly, you know what I mean? Like that float charge thing, or it's like they're not made for that. You can totally use them, but but it's not ideal, right? Is that red wine? No, that's not. This is no. Come on, I'm not drinking. I should be drinking. Oh. 106 in Córdoba, Argentina. Wow. Is that? Let's see. Satisfied user. Someone told me it is possible. Cat. Okay. Well, you're answering someone else, right? Hopefully. Lead acid versus lithium PowerWall video, please. Yeah, someday. Let me build my lithium PowerWall first. Then I'll start doing the comparison. Do you use any regenerative technology in the Samba? Yes, I do. Every time I brake, then it shoves a bunch of energy back into the bus, into the battery. When are you going to sell the 38 bags of batteries, and how much? What kind are they? No, man, those are the batteries that I got so that I can build my PowerWall. We're building PowerWalls with those. Yeah. So, anyways, everybody give up how many batteries there are in the room. Oh, Bruce, hold on. Bruce wants to get up, and I don't want to let him get up. Yeah. You're gonna get hurt, boy. Why are you twitching? The other guy, I help him too, right? Because he also will hurt himself jumping up, right? But the other guy already knows, like, when I pick him up, he's just like, loose. This guy, he doesn't know how to do it. Like, he still wants to jump. So even though I bring him up, and then this guy doesn't care. Oh my god, these dogs. Why do I have so many dogs? Huh? Why am I rescuing so many dogs? Jew? Did you just call me Jew? Come on. What batteries would you use for a portable 12-volt power? Yeah, I mean, 18650s are great. Remember, I used those, like, GPS batteries. Those are really cool. They're really compact. The energy density is really good. That's half a kilowatt hour. Hey, no. Come on. No biting. It hurts. Let's see here. I'd like to send some questions to you. If you can pass your email or contact, please send me your contact or email. Thank you very much. Yeah, contact me at jehu@jag35. jehu@jag35.com. Let's see. What are we talking about here? Oh, this is it? Okay, I paid $9 a cell for 10 amp hour headways in Australia. Oh, wow, you're only paying $9? How much are we paying for the red ones over here? It's like is it $24 for 4? Is that what it is? Let's see. 24. Was it 24? No, divided by 4. Yeah, so I think we're paying something like $6 or $7, right? Wow, so actually wow, you're saying, and Island Times, are those like brand new cells? I gotta make a link for that, because people in Australia would want to buy from that guy, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for those, make a link and stuff, because I mean, if they're good cells and you're only paying like $9, that's pretty crazy. So it's actually about the same price because you're getting more capacity. You're getting 2 amp hours more. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And you can use them for 12 volts. That's pretty cool. Have you ever used the spot welder called Quelled? Cooled? Quell? I don't know. How do you pronounce that? K-weld? I haven't. I'm sorry. I only use the little cheapy Chinese one over there. So, can you set up your PCB to give 12 volts out? No. I mean, yes, but no. It's not ideal. You're better off going 24. You don't need 12 volts. Or if you need 12 volts, then you need to use like lithium iron phosphate, which usually doesn't come in 18650 batteries. Sometimes it comes in 650s, but I don't know why would someone would want to do that. Those batteries are more expensive, right? If you're doing this, you might as well just go do the big bricks. Tom it's going to sell them for like $100 for 180 amp hours, right? So you need 4 of them to make 180 12 amp hour 12 volt. So it's about, I think, $200 a kilowatt hour. So it's still kind of expensive. But yeah, definitely, the boards don't work at 12 volts. It's just lithium ion or 3.7 volt chemistries just don't make great 12 volts. So I'm not gonna make them because you don't need that. You need to move all the way to 24 volts, and then you can use 18650 batteries. You can use them right? Yes, new cells. That's pretty cool. What's your professional goal? My professional goals, what are those stock near the door? Yeah, those are batteries that I just got. I'm gonna put them in a PowerWall using my PCB board. Lithium titanate. So Seller Auto accepts 310 Australian dollars and use the 10% vouchers. You end up with, say, 48 off at Australian 566, which is like under US $9. What? I gotta make a link on that. How come I haven't made a link on those? I'm kind of dumb. New in original packaging, sold in lots of 24. It's weird. Sometimes they'll tell me like what 320 Australian dollars means, right? Because the one you sent me is like 300. Wouldn't that convert it? I remember there used to be a thing where it converted. Does he ever run out? Are these like pretty like steady or what? And they're those blue ones. Those are slightly bigger than these red ones, right? Oh no, 38 120s. They're the same size. Look at that. All right. I'll put them in my cart just to save them there. I'll make a link for those. For all you Australians that drink beer, we used to have a commercial here is for Foster's Australian for beer. You guys drink Foster's? No, right? That's not a thing. What's up with the tally on the wall? Oh, yeah, sometimes I used to play it. I haven't played in a long time. Too busy playing with batteries. Yeah, one of these days I'll take it down and we'll play with it. Maybe I'll still remember how to play it. What type of battery would you recommend for a van solar setup? I'm looking to have 400 watts of solar to run refrigerator, vents, lights, and to charge laptop phones. Well, I mean, any of these batteries would work, but if you want to charge using an alternator, then, well, I mean, there are ways to do it using all those batteries. But the easiest one would be like just to get those. There we go. Just click on Island Times link there. You can, although that only works, I think, if you're in Australia. But yeah, that's the thing about those. They're not available here. Those are only available in Australia right now, or in China. You can order them, but then those are like, I think there's a lot of them that are like fake or grade, B grade cells or whatever. It's crazy. I'm like currently testing a bunch of like these Chinese cells, and yeah, they're not like real. They're like, they look great and identical to the actual cells. Then you throw them in the thing, and they're like, yeah, they don't. So that sucks. There's a lot of fakes out there. So that's the problem with some of those, even with the headways. Richard Adams says 44 USD for 4 at battery hookup plus shipping for headway batteries. Oh, $44. Oh, really? So you're saying we're paying like $12 each? Oh, okay. What? Are you saying these ones are cheaper? Wow, that's crazy. Good morning, says Albert. I'm from Holland. Love the work you do. And the epic T1 you build. Greetings. Keep it up. Thank you. Prius batteries, can I stack them? I don't know what that means. Yeah, you could probably, I don't know. You mean physically, or you're saying can you electrically connect them together? So the problem with those Prius, wait, the Prius, yeah, the Prius batteries, the problem with those is like they're usually super degraded because they're tiny batteries made to be like push hard on a like everyday use. So they usually wear out. And that's where the fear comes from like electric cars. Like, oh, what's gonna happen? Like in 5 years, I'm gonna need a new battery, and it's gonna cost like $10,000. Oh no, thank you. Because that's what used to happen with the hybrids. They used to put a tiny little battery, and they used to push that battery really hard, where it would die like within 5 years, and then it would cost you like $5,000 or $10,000 to replace it, right? So that's the problem why we don't use hybrid batteries, because they're usually really beat up and they're degraded and they're like no good, and they're small, and they usually cost a lot of money. So, and the reason they cost a lot of money is because there are a lot of cars that need them. So there's a lot of people with hybrids that are looking for a second-hand battery. So if you have a battery, you're like, why am I going to give it to you to do some, experiment? I'm just going to sell it to this guy because he actually needs it, so he's willing to pay more for it. So that's why I'm going to use them. Have you seen Goal Zero 18650, where the positive and negative are on both ends? Do you have an adapter for them? 3000 milliamp hours? No, I don't know. What do you mean? Like, Goal Zero has an 18650 that has both anode and cathode on the same size? No. Why would you want that? I don't know. I can't even think of that. 10% of the stuff I get from China, I just throw away. This Quail Horse. Island Time says works out to be $8.41 with a voucher. Really? Adams dances. How were the headways after you shorted them? They're fine. I mean, other than the one that was dead, but that was already dead. They're fine. They didn't even lose that much energy. I think they were like 100% when I started the test. I think they're like 95% state of charge right now. Like that wasn't that much. I mean, that only took that took a minute and a half, right? Like totally. And then I disconnected it and I didn't keep messing with it. I just needed to record the melting of the thing, and then I came in here and then tried to do the video and then upload it and stuff. I'm kind of rusty at making videos. It's been a few months since I've been in that. So I don't know if you know, but like, obviously you guys know, right? Like if you look at my channel, I used to make a lot of videos all day. Every day I used to make one video. And that was the routine. It's like, today I'm making a video. That's the goal. It could be elaborate, or it could be like a story time, or it could be like some technical thing, right? If I'd been working on a project or whatever. But then I kind of got busy making projects, and that's why I think I want to move away from projects, because even though they're important and they're meaningful, and that's what you guys are here for, I just can't turn the switch on my brain on and off. Like if I'm working on videos, then I like, it takes me a little while to get on the rhythm, to get on that mode. And then I can start cranking them, and then I start getting more creative and that whole thing, right? And when I was doing a video a day, I was getting good at that, right? And I really enjoyed it. No one's watched those videos. They all have like 2,000, 3,000 views. I mean, now I think like somewhere around 10,000. But like that's some of the, like I'm proud of that work that I did, right? These like, the project videos are just so hard because I don't have the money to finish them. So it's just, they're kind of frustrating, right? And so they take so long to build a project, and then after that you're like, oh, now I gotta make a video. And then the video ends up being not that great because, you know, it's like, it's the second part of it. So I kind of rushed through it. So I kind of did that with this one. I'm like, I need to get the batteries melting the thing. I don't know if you guys knew that batteries were that powerful. Just in case you guys didn't know that batteries were that powerful, I'm gonna show you, you know, melting something. And so then I gotta work on the video. And then I did that. It's not that great of a video. It's okay, I guess. But, you know, I'm kind of rusty. I need to work my way up to, you know, being creative. That was a fake eBay link. That was a fake eBay link. Which one? Eddie Pavone. What's happening here? Alarm hookup is well known in the community, and he is the way to go. Yeah, Alarm. Tom is a good guy. He has a ton of batteries. If you haven't seen my video about him, I want to visit him, and he's got a huge warehouse with like just thousands and thousands and thousands of batteries. Yeah, and he's doing good. He's trying to like help the DIY community and all this other stuff, and I think he's gonna be the only one legit that you're gonna be able to buy use batteries moving forward, because I think he's gonna be the only one that's gonna have the means, the desire, and the, you know, and the resources to kind of, you know, move forward when all the regulation catches up with all the stuff that we're doing. So yeah, he's gonna be the guy to buy batteries from. What's happening? Okay. 9:30. Okay. Have you tried wiring your what's a YH grid? Oh, grid tie inverters for 220 volt or 110 plus 110. Yes, I actually have them wired like that right now in my system. I had 3 of them running, and then one of them kind of died. I want to make a video about it because what is it? I don't know, probably 6 months in. One of them, I noticed it was getting hotter than all the other ones, and then I went and kind of like investigated, and I'm like, oh, the fans are never turning on. So then I disconnected it, still over there in the wall, and it still works, but I want to investigate, see what happens. I think it might just be, it could be just you know, blown, but it has two fans. So like, can it be possible that both of the fans died at the same time? I don't know, you know. So we'll by the way, everybody say hi to my dad. He likes to do the walk-in here when I'm on. So I want to do that, but yeah, I have them running on split phase basically. So they're feeding both sides of the thing. And by the way, this month I am checking. I put a new meter in there to test how much power they're generating, because I also want to make an update to the solar thing, right? And today is the 8th, and what was it? 25 kilowatt hours they produce, something like that. I think it works out to be like 3 kilowatt hours per day. So what is that? Yeah, so 25 kilowatt hours this month. So I think at the end of the month is gonna be, if it's averaging out 3, right? So I'm gonna be around 90 kilowatt hours. They produce it during the day when the energy here is $1.50. No, at 50 cents. So you multiply that by 50 cents. So you're talking about this month, those panels are gonna produce, or gonna save me $45. and they're gonna do that probably for the next couple of months, and then it's gonna be less than that. In the winter, it's probably gonna be less, like 2 amp hours. I mean, 2 kilowatt hours. But then in the summer, it's crazy. It was like 5 or 6 kilowatt hours, right? So you average that out throughout the year, or you add up throughout the year, and it's about $600 a year that those panels are going to save me. And it's like, you know, it's like, what is it, $1,500 worth of panels? So the return of investment, it's like 2.5 years, something like that. So it's definitely they're definitely worth it. And then now that I'm going to put a battery on there so that I can save even more by peak shaving. You know, remember, I'm still working on my peak shaving PowerWall. That's going to be good, and that's going to be a cool video, I think. Are you and EV West working on any projects to beat any more world records with electronics? Not at the moment. I know, so yeah, we were looking. So here's the thing, like, because I'm a video guy, right? Like, I'm a content creator more than a battery guy. Like, so then we were kind of working on this deal where, like, Discovery wanted to make a TV show around EV West. And so then I was going to be the host, and I was going to, you know, I did the whole pilot. A lot of you guys haven't seen it because I haven't uploaded it here on this channel, but I am going to upload it here soon. And then we were kind of waiting around. And now there's always like a bunch of production companies that are like hitting them up to try to make videos. And there was some company that wanted to pitch the thing where, like, can we do some crazy thing, like beat some world record? And they were like, yeah, we can do like speed. Yeah, like to beat the speed, like world speed record, so like at the Bonneville or something. So that might kind of happen. I don't know. They're gonna build some kind of car, but I'm not involved in that one like directly, right? Maybe, I don't know, because it's kind of far from here. They're like about 100 miles away, and so I can't spend a lot of time over there. But I can, you know, for a project, I can go over there and stuff. And we're working actually in like other stuff. But not, not world-breaking record things, you know. On the whole Puerto Rico and Hurricane Maria situation, thanks to you and the project into making life a bit better for my people. Tesla is now out there. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, definitely we wanted to help there because, well, we could, right? And that should be a good enough reason to help. Since our DIY PowerWalls are obviously not UL tested or anything, and most of us live in countries with laws governing electrical stuff in our homes, is there any way to legally have a DIY PowerWall? Yes, you could do it off-grid. So I think the ultimate PowerWall for me would be an off-grid system that has the grid as a backup. And I've talked about this a few times, but I think maybe one day soon I'll make a video about like how exactly you would do that, because that would be the perfect PowerWall. You're legal, you're not breaking any laws, but you're still essentially using the battery technology at its maximum, and you're paying, because it's against the law to be disconnected, right, from the grid if you're like in city limits and stuff. And so some people are like, well, screw it. If I'm not using the electricity, why should I be, right? So then when you look at it that way, yeah, you're like, screw the city. But when you look at it like, okay, so the money that I'm paying for the grid to be connected to my house is for the ability to keep it there as a backup. And I think that would be perfect. Yeah, there's definitely ways to do it. You just won't be able to tie into the grid. It has to be grid, off grid. And there's a way to do it. Like, yeah, it's actually a pretty simple system. But I haven't found anyone that is kind of doing that yet. I don't know why. Let's see. Do you have any recommendations for 2600 milliamp hour 18650s? Looking for something affordable, but that can do 10 amps. Oh, you want 10 amps? No. I was gonna say those ones there are for like $2 currently, but yeah, they can't do 10 amps. I think they get too hot at 10 amps. They're like 80. Yeah, they're like around 80 degrees at 10 amps. So you'd need different ones. No, I haven't tested the ones. I actually have some 2600 milliamp hour ones from Tom, the modem ones, but I never load tested them to see if they do 10 amps. Yeah, no, that's gonna be hard. I think not at the top of my head. I can't recommend any of those. Let's see. How much would the power company pay you if you sold the power back to them rather than use it in your home? I think it varies, right? Different utilities pay you different amounts, and it's never, I think at one time it used to be like retail, so the same amount you would pay for the power, then they would pay you. But I think now, kind of across the board it's less, because you gotta remember, like, the utilities are in the business of selling you power and making money, although they should be making money, but they have to make money. So they're not going to pay you retail for it. They're gonna pay you wholesale price for it, even though they're gonna sell it to you at retail price, right? So yeah, it's, some people are making it, I think, you know. Island Times putting people on timeout. Look at that. Not even close, says Harlan McCain. Yeah, so as far as I know, that's how it works out everywhere now. I have 12 100-watt panels and inverter. Need a charge controller like the Outback Flex 60. I have 4400-watt Magna-Sine inverter. Yeah, so I mean, sorry, I don't have that much, a lot of experience with that caliber of equipment yet, right? So we used a couple of them, but other than that, I can't really recommend something better than that. You know what I mean? Like, why don't you want to use the Outback Flex 60? Great, you tell us there's a pilot. Come on, upload it. We can then I'll petition DC and get it on the air. Yeah, there's a pilot. There's a pilot out there. It aired on TV. It aired on Discovery's what is it? The car channel. Velocity. It's called Velocity. And I did a whole thing about it, and I even did a meet together. Meetup. And we were gonna watch it, and then like nobody showed up, so I was like, oh, whatever, screw you guys. So John Stup says, Jehu, I'm running 4 of them 1000-watt grid ties. Had to replace all my fans. Oh, so this is a known issue. So I've actually heard some people say, yeah, they burn up, they suck. So in your case, it was just the fans. Is that what you're telling me? So mine, there's 2 of them that are running now over a year. There's one that the fan stopped working, so I kind of turned it off. It's there. I wanted to look at it and see if I change the fans, if I'm able to save it, right? Because I think that's what's killing them. So if you run them, oh, by the way, that's how I found out. I went and touched them. I'm like, why is this one hot and this one isn't? I was like, what's happening here? Then I started investigating. How long was it working there? Like hotter? I don't know. And then the other day I was messing around with it when I was installing a meter, and I guess I accidentally turned it on, and then I left it on, and then I came back a few days later, and I'm like, what? Why is this hot? Like, who turned this on? And I'm the only one that messes around with that stuff, so I turned it on. So they'll run without the fan for a while, but I think after if you don't cool it enough, then it's gonna just give up. You're gonna burn it up. So that's why I think they burn up. It's not that the actual electronics suck. Is that the cheap fans they put on there? And I don't know if it's the fans or if it's like the switch or the whatever circuit, you know, the circuit that drives the fans died. I don't know what it is. Would it be expensive to build a PowerWall that could power your entire home, including a 2-ton HVAC system? I'm new to this stuff. No. Well, would it be expensive? Well, no. I mean, if you want to run it, like, depends how long you want to run it. You can build a PowerWall, like a battery that can run your home for, you know, an hour. That wouldn't be, you know, that wouldn't be too expensive because it's a tiny battery, right? But, you know, you would still need to have the inverter, right? The inverter, the size appropriately to run your entire home. So, I mean, it'll be like, I don't know, depending, I mean, I don't know what your 2-ton HVAC system runs, but if it's like mine's all 4-ton, I think, and it pulls like 40 amps. So it does like 10 kilowatts, like 8 something, right? So I need at least that. I need at least 10 kilowatt inverter. To give you an example, that would be 2 Magna-Sines 4400s, right? And even then, I might come up short. And those are like $2,000 a piece. So you're talking about $4,000 worth of inverters, possibly $6,000 dollars. Do they go for less than $2,000? Let's say they're $1,500 and you need 3 of them. You're still talking about $4,500 worth of inverters, then plus battery, right? You can get a small little battery that has a high output, then you can run your home for 1 hour. If you want to run your entire like home for like the entire day, well, the average home uses about 40 or 30 kilowatt hours, right? So then that is quite a bit. That's about $7,000 worth of battery. So now you're around the $15,000 just in materials. That's not no boxes, no cables, no labor, none of that stuff, right? So yeah, I mean, if to run an entire home off of a battery for all day, like completely off grid kind of system, you know, that's no like solar, right? To charge those batteries. If you want to charge them off the electricity, off the grid, then, or on the, using the grid, then you would still need to spend like another $1,400 for like a charger that will do it fast enough. So yeah, I mean, it could be, yeah, it'll be expensive to do a full house. Definitely. I live in Canada. I wanted a good source for 18650 batteries. There are recommendations. There's a couple of guys that are selling batteries in Canada, but they're too expensive. The one guy's like selling like power tool batteries, and those are like high output batteries, but they don't have a lot of capacity, so they don't work that great for power walls unless you're making a small one that need like a big output. But nothing big. I think there's probably regulation in Canada doesn't allow for people to sell those. So it just hasn't been, we haven't found like a steady source of batteries. I know Tom is saying that he is going to go into Canada. And so, yeah, if you know, and he ships to Canada, I think, already. So it's just, you might be able to do it. Phone batteries at 4%, go figure. Wife said I have to go now. It says Jason Kennedy. Thank you for spending time with us, Jason. Gotta listen to the wife, man. Hey, the only reason I'm here is because my wife is out shopping, so. But when she says, oh, by the way, she said she was on her way. How long ago was that? I might have to go too. 10 minutes ago, she said, heading home. Let's see this. I have a tracking device on her. Let's track her. Where is she at? Whoa, she's close, man. How might I have to go? Oh, she's still on the freeway. Ontario. She's in Ontario 1 minute ago. I'm tracking her. Anyways, yeah, so we have a few minutes. Maybe we can make it to the end of the hour. we have 12 minutes, right? But if not, then we just yeah, we'll just pretend that we were doing this. When you hear that garage door, then I'm like, I'm out. Are we still counting batteries? I see LGs stacked against the wall on the left, but what's the box of pink cells on the right? Ah, there you go. Someone saw it. And then you guys are not seeing all those boxes over there in the shelves. See, every one of those boxes there has 100 cells. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think like 15 boxes over there. Then there's boxes underneath the couch right there. See that? The dogs are there, passed out, and there's boxes underneath. And then there's the mysterious pink cells right there. And then off camera over here, there are more cells. And then, yeah, those. And then in the wall over there, there's like 500 cells that are put together. And then, well, the Tesla modules have 440 cells each in there. Yeah, there's quite a bit of cells in here. How many? There's quite a bit of cells in here. Yeah. Don't come. Don't tell anyone. If you know where I live, don't tell anyone, because someone will come raid me for the batteries. Let's see. That's 1 year payback on solar. That's insane. Oh, island time solar? Yeah, probably, huh? My other half's asleep. Are you in bed? You're in bed like this on the phone. I bet that's what Brennan is doing. He's like, it's gonna be time to wake up already, Brennan. You're gonna be hurting at work today. She'll kill me, but she's snoring. That's funny. I switched in manually tie grid as a backup. Manually tied grid as backup to keep my city happy. I would run a 7-watt LED light bulb on the grid. No, you don't even have to do that. You don't actually, by law, you don't have to consume energy. You just have to have it connected. You just have to have an account with them and pay them. And if you use zero electricity, they still charge you like service fees. I don't know how much they are. I think they're like, I don't remember, like my brother said, they were like off. Like they weren't at home for like a whole month or something. And I kind of remember that he said they got charged like $30 every, like that month, right? That was just service fees or whatever. That was like no usage whatsoever. It's just to have it connected. And so, I mean, I don't know. You might think $30 is a lot of money, but you're like, well, but yeah, but that's like a backup. Like if you were to buy a backup generator, just think about that. Backup generator, right? You gotta either yourself go spend some time and start it every like month or month and a half, 2 months. And then you gotta change the gasoline or the diesel. I don't know if the diesel gets old, but like fuel gets old. So if you don't like use it, you know. So you gotta spend some money there. Oh, by the way, Crystal's here. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go now. Yeah. She just opened the door. All right, well, we almost made it to 8 minutes to go. So there we go, guys. Thank you for spending night, another Monday night with me, asking questions, talking about batteries, doing all that stuff. We'll do it again next week. And maybe we'll do it again before that, you know. Yeah, it'll be a surprise because I will know. If it's just I have time one of these nights or whatever, one of these days, I'll just go on. We'll talk about batteries. We'll do the thing. And then, yeah, thank you for all your support. Thank you for all the views and the likes. Go check out our Facebook group. You know, support me on Patreon if you can. Buy some batteries using my links. That's how I make money, right? Other than that, if you need help, you know that click on the links on the bottom there for fan time or whatever. I can, you know, make some time and we can talk about your project in specific. And then we can build some batteries, some power walls. All right, guys. Thank you. Good night. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Let's see. Let's talk about the EV West M3.
I'm Michael Bream with EV West, and 7 years ago we started our little electric car speed shop so we could help people make classic cars go faster. At the time we were looking around for venues, and there wasn't a lot available to electric cars, and we came across Pikes Peak, and they actually had a class. And we ended up building the car, purpose-built for Pikes Peak. We ran the race in 2012. We ended up setting a record for the fastest street-legal electric car to go up the hill.
Now the car that Michael is talking about is the famous M3.
342 horsepower and 850.4 pound-feet of torque.
A few years later, I saw it. All right, so I just arrived in Manhattan. My allergies are killing me. You see, oh my God, I feel like crap. But it's early. A few other family members are here this time around, so I'm gonna go meet them. They're somewhere already exploring the city, so I gotta go get them. All right, we made it to Grand Central Station. It's covered up like it was sandy.
I'm cold.
Alrighty. Here we go. Look at it go. Vieron. I don't know.